Hi, Ski Pops. Magandang araw sa inyo. Pusa kayo. Sensya na kayo, na-istorbo. Baka naka-istorbo ako sa inyo. Ito, nag-weather ako ng trucks ng bago kong model. Ito yung German na Elephant o tinatawag nilang Ferdinand. Ito ang pinagawa ni Hitler at the end of World War II, mga 1944 to 1945. At maraming action ang dinaanan nitong tangke na ito. This is a super heavy tank destroyer na ginamit sa Battle of El Alamein at saka sa iba pang laban tulad nung the Battle of Kursk, the biggest tank battle in World War II, yung the Battle of Kursk. Yun. Dito napalaban mga whiskey pops. Ay, siya nga pala, bagong lahat, magbabasa muna ako ng good news. Andali ha. Kunin ko lang yung makabasa tayo ng salita ng Diyos. Wala pa yata. Ano ba yung eyeglass ko?
Sa likod mo.
Ito. Dali ha. Ay. Ang hirap na magkuha nito. Ang hirap masigip ang galawan, mga boy. Ito, ay natin. January, ano naman ngayon? 5 o 6?
January 6.
6. Okay. In today's reading, in John 17, verse 1 to 5 and 20 to 24. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. John 17, verse 1 to 5. Father in heaven, please help us to see through and beyond the passing glory of everything but your love. The glory we need is the glory of the cross. Yun po mga whiskey pops. The word of God, the word of the Lord. Yun po ang good news para sa araw na ito. So yun. By the way, katatapos ko lang nito bago kong gawa itong German Ferdinand. Tawag nila dito, ang tawag na Nazi Germany dito ay yung Ferdinand. Then later on, tinawag itong elephant. Siguro dahil sa size malaki. Bale, ang dry weight nito, it weighs in at around 71 tons. Pag wala siyang fuel tsaka yung mga liquid sa loob, like the oil tsaka yung dala-dala niya mga ibang gamit, 65 tons siya. Fully laden in full battle gear, it weighs a hefty 71 pounds. So napakabigat nitong super heavy tank destroyer ito. At ang barrel nito 88mm flak gun, yung ginamit ngayon sa present na Panzer Kampfwagen Panzer Kampfwagen 6 o yung Tiger tank. Pareho sila ang ginamit. Ang pinalagay ni Hitler kay Krupp, kay Porsche ay yung 88mm. So meron ako maikling video nito, how this tank destroyer came to be. So yun. So malamang hindi siguro ito nasunod doon But Hitler gave the approval kasi ang na-approve na tank noon Eh, yung mas malaki, yung 128 millimeter barrel. Kasi yun ang bali, ang pinili ng the German Armed Forces. So, bali, ginawa nila Porsche. Kasi, nung ginawa nung inaprubahan ni Hitler, yung isang variant nito, nakagawa na si Porsche ng 90 chassis. 90 chassis were already ready for production. So, para hindi masayang, sabi ni Hitler, yung 88mm flak gun, which is this one, yun ang ilagay dito para maging Oscar kilo sa labanan. At maraming pinasabog ito ng mga T-34 at saka yung mga small tanks ni General Montgomery ng British Armed Forces o yung mga Allied Forces ng British. Because of this tank, malakas siya, very powerful. May konting problema sa design nito dahil sa tracks at saka sa alignment ng road wheels nito. Pero ganoon pa rin na nakasurvive to at napalaban ito ng husto. The biggest battle that was fought by this tank destroyer was the Battle of Kursk in 1943 or 42. So yun, napalaban ng husto itong tank na ito. Maraming napasabog na yan, ng mga T-34-85 na main battle tank ng Russia. Kasi ang armor nito very thick din. Kasi makapal din ang armor nito, nasa 30mm yung armor nito. It's more than 6 inches ang thickness, mga ganyan. Mga ganyan kakapal ang thickness ng armor. Kasi tatlo lang naman yung criteria ng Nazi Germany with regards to tank as envisioned by General Guderian of the Tank Regiment Panzer Battalion. Kailangan ang tangke mo maganda ang armor, maganda ang firepower, tsaka it had mobility. So tatlo lang ang hinihingi ng Panzer Division sa mga tanks nila to pass the criteria: power, armor, and mobility. So this one, pumasa ito sa kanya, itong tangke na ito, kaya ito pinasok sa Panzer Battalion para lumaban. Yun. So yung mga whiskey pop, that was a brief history
Anong tawag din
of this tank.
sa pintura na yan?
Ito yung camouflage na binasi ko doon sa mga illustration dito sa asan ba yung nito? Yan, ito. Dikit-dikit medyo mahirap ito. Ito mga whiskey pop. Diyan ko ginaya yung niyan. Yan. So, bale ginamit ko dito yung the standard German dark yellow. Tapos ang mga camouflage niya was painted in red brown and with some accents of green. Yan. Tapos I made an oil wash, light amber and burnt sienna mixed 50-50. I mixed it and made the wash on this tank. So I hope okay naman siya. Yun. So yun lang ang whiskey pops. I will read to you a brief history of this tank. Wala nga ako na ilagay na Zimerit eh. This supposed to have a Zimerit on this area. Saka doon sa kabila. Malay mo, zimerated yan eh. Pero, wala naman siyang kasamang provisions for zimmeret sa box. So, I did not put putty. Meron akong putty, pero hindi ko na siya nilagyan ng putty. Kasi okay naman siya. Oscar Kilo naman, ganyan na itsura eh. It represents the fighting vehicle as it was then back in the day. So, Elephant, so ang paint na ginamit ko dyan, dark yellow, dark green, and red brown applied over the coatings. Okay, so to give you a brief history of this tank destroyer, I'll read to you some excerpts here. Ayan. Hindi ko na mabasa iba.
Maliliit ang litra eh, no?
Oo, maliliit eh.
Sa kabila. Balik ka rin.
Ito. The Ferdinand and Kursk. In May 1941, the Henschel and Porsche entered the design competition for what would eventually result in the Tiger 1 and created the VK4501 and VK4501B prototypes respectively. While the former was a conventional design, the latter incorporated radical features including a gasoline-electric hybrid powertrain. So gasoline-electric pala ito. Parang E-tank May E-tank na pala noon. Electric Para hybrid siya. Gasoline and electric. Galing talaga ng Germany. Oscar Kilo ka talaga. The two prototypes were presented to Hitler at his Rosenberg headquarters as a birthday present on April 20, 1942. Although Hitler personally favored the VK4501, the demonstration showed that the VK4501H was superior and thus was chosen as the winner. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, may isang variant ito na pinili niya. Pero hindi ito tangke na ito. Ibang barrel na mas malaki. Yun yung pinili ni Hitler, yung isang variant na yun. Demonstration showed that the VK4501H was superior and was thus chosen as the winner. However, since Porsche had readied 100 examples of this design in anticipation of mass production, gumawa na pala si Porsche nito ng 100 yung chassis niyan. In-anticipate niya na sa kanya i-award yung paggawa niyan eh. Hitler ordered them to be turned into heavy tank destroyers in September 1942. This tank destroyer was armed with an 8.8 cm PAK-43 L71 gun housed on a large box-shaped superstructure. Ito yun. The front armor of the superstructure was 200 mm thick, while the hull's 100 mm armor was augmented by an additional 100 mm of bolt-on armor. Designated Ferdinand in honor of its designer, Dr. Ferdinand Porsche, production began in January 1943, and 90 examples were built by May. They were deployed to 653rd and 654th Heavy Tank Destroyer Battalions in General Models 9th Army in time for the Battle of Kursk. The units assembled at Glasunovka on July 3, 1943 and attacked on the 5th with Bogward 4-9 demolition vehicles clearing a path through the minefields of the Ferdinands. However, the Ferdinand's low speed meant they were left behind by the mine-clearing vehicles and 40 were immobilized by mines. The remaining vehicles penetrated as far as the 3rd Russian defensive line but were then isolated due to lack of infantry support. The German offensive subsequently stalled and Ferdinand losses mounted, with 39 destroyed by August 1st. After the Battle of Kursk, surviving Ferdinands from Panzer JG ABT 654 were consolidated into Panzer JG ABT 653. The unit withdrew to St. Pölten in December 1943 for overhauls and modifications, which included the addition of a machine gun at the radio operator's position. Ito yung machine gun, no? Yun. That included the addition of a machine gun at the radio operator's position, a commander's cupola, new tracks, rain gutters on the front of the superstructure. Ito yung rain gutters. And new armored engine grills. A Zimmerit coating was also applied. These modifications coincided with Hitler's order to have the vehicles redesigned with the name Elephant, and thus the name Elephant was given to this tank. This overhauled and renamed, the Elephants debuted in combat in February 1944, sent by the 1st Company to Italy to counterattack the Allied landings in Anzio. However, the muddy terrain was not suitable for the heavy vehicles, and attack ended in failure. One Elephant was captured by U.S. forces, and this example is displayed at the U.S. Army Ordnance Museum. The 2nd and 3rd Companies of Panzerkampfwagen ABT 653 were then deployed to the Eastern Front in April 1944, where they became part of the 9th SS Panzer Division. Habenstaufen. Muddy conditions hindered the Elephants' mobility here, as well as by the end of July, Panzerkampfwagen JG ABT 653 had lost 22 vehicles to mechanical failure and lack of fuel. The remaining Elephants were consolidated into 2nd Company, while the rest of Panzer 653 were re-equipped with Jag Tigers. In December 1944, 2nd Company was redesignated as the 614th Heavy Tank Destroyer Company and was involved in supporting the withdrawal of German forces from the Kursk region following the Russian offensive from the Baranov bridgehead in January 1945. The unit's last 4 Elephants joined battle groups later on April 22, 1945 for the defense of Berlin. O yun, natira na lang dito pala. Ayon dito sa nasusulat, 4 na Elephant na lang ang natira ng 1945 out of 100 Elephants made during World War II. 4 na lang ang natira because it went into numerous battles. Maraming napasabog o maraming inabandon kasi may mga mechanical failures. So kaya after all of that, 4 na lang yung natira. Yun. So yun mga whiskey pops. That was a brief history or summary of the famous Jagdpanzer Elephant, the tank destroyer, the super heavy tank destroyer of Adolf Hitler. So I hope I gave you another piece of World War II history, and thank you very much for subscribing. Shout out to Steve Jones, to Kursk Takahashi, to Mauro Aguilar. Kumusta na kayo yan? At ito, panibago na naman tayong model. Bali, mag-unbox pa sana ako pero hindi na. Yung aking
Next vlog na. Next
bagong airbrush. Anyway, hindi naman importante yun. So, salamat. Please do subscribe to my channel. Press the subscribe button. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you very much for subscribing. Mabuhay kayo lahat. Thank you. And I'll see you again on my next vlog. God bless you. Bye-bye.